Show. Now, Sam Rubin's Entertainment Report on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our special guest host today, Melissa Rivers, in studio with us, and we are going to go now and talk some dish with Sam Rubin.
Well, who would know better than Melissa? Hi, you guys.
Hi.
So how was Natalie?
She was great.
Yeah, I felt I was a little too nice.
Really? What is it? Well, you're on the other side of the political spectrum, Stench.
Yeah, and I come out against it, but I do support, her right to say whatever she wants to, and her music should be played. It shouldn't be censored.
And she stuck to her guns.
Yeah, she did.
In fact, she took it up a notch.
And I think that it was a 3-year marketing ploy.
to have the biggest album in the world.
Planned out to have the biggest album ever in the world. That they thought about it, years ago, and then they've plotted and planned the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know if the people are that do you think some stars are that calculating?
Sam.
Come on.
Yes.
You and I have stood together too many times on the red carpet and gotten the same answers from the same people. That, shucks.
It always bothers me when they're reading the answer off their hand.
Yeah. I'm just happy to be nominated in this group of people. No, you're not, because one of you is going to win and the rest of you are losers.
Losers!
All right, speaking of calculated, Paris Hilton apparently had a huge fight with Lindsay Lohan because Paris is mad that Lindsay is seeing Stavros. Do you know any of these Greek tycoons, Melissa?
No, I don't, but color me surprised that Lindsay and Paris aren't keeping that friendship going.
I can't believe you and Stavros. You are ridiculous.
If I knew any of them, would I be sitting here at this hour trying to eke out a living?
Yeah,
I'd be in Hermes buying Birkin bags in every color.
But the fact that you say Hermes as opposed to Stench, who calls it Herman's.
Yeah,
well,
right.
No, that's Herman's.
Yeah.
But see, Sam knew what I was talking about.
I did.
Yeah.
In
Sam's
fact,
fancy.
let me adjust my Hermes ascot right now.
Yes.
We'll get to that. Jewel tells the New York Post that she didn't start drinking until she was 30. She grew up singing for alcoholics, but she realized now that alcohol really helps solve your problems.
I like that, Jewel.
Yeah, you know what? She's a smart girl because it's true.
Better late than never.
Yeah,
Cheaper than therapy, too.
at least she's catching on.
Exactly.
Are anybody a fan of that Kira Sedgwick show, The Closer?
I'm a Kira Sedgwick fan. I think
Yeah.
she's one of our most underrated actresses.
Well, underrated no more, Melissa. The premiere of The Closer, which I guess people who like it love it. Huge cable rating on TNT, 8.3 million viewers, besting all the things on the broadcast networks. And usually when people talk about television, and Melissa certainly knows this, the worst show on NBC ever will do better than the highest rated cable show ever. That's usually the case, but obviously not the case there. That did really, really well.
Yeah,
Entourage opened big, and Deadwood did not open at all. And
if you get a number in front of the decimal point on cable, you're
right.
happy.
Did anybody see that Lucky Louie?
No.
I
What
didn't
is
see it. This guy, Louis C.K., is a really well-regarded stand-up and well-regarded writer, and so he did the first ever kind of quote-unquote dirty sitcom. They shoot it like a traditional 3-camera sitcom, but there's a lot of F-bombs and the like.
Oh, cool.
Well, you'd think it would be cool, but people, it's funny because like, gee, I'd love to see that. Well, except nobody watched it.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
That'll
live
happen.
and learn.
Most like just sort of kisses that off.
Live and learn.
Live and learn. And then I'm trying to think about this. Jerry Lewis recovering from a heart attack this morning.
Aw.
And don't forget that that T-shirt that baby Shiloh wore on the cover of People magazine is now the most in-demand $42 baby T-shirt around.
You know that was product placement? They were paid to do that?
They were?
Oh, I didn't hear it. According to the story, they just sent it to him.
I saw it on one of the tabloid sites I was on. That it was like product placement, and the company had an arrangement with them for that kid to wear that shirt.
No, I heard it was just sent to them as a gift.
Yeah, that's what
And
from
they
Belly, a shop in Denver. They're saying in Cherry Creek, where we've been. They said Belly sent him
Cherry
this
Creek's
T-shirt.
fancy.
They've also sent him to Gwyneth Paltrow and a few other people, and that they just got lucky.
It's funny when you talk to these vendors, and Melissa and I have gone to these things called gifting lounges on occasion.
I love
and it's
them.
like, why in the world? It makes no sense. Why are you giving away all this stuff?
So you
and it's pretty
wear
impressive
it.
how Melissa can carry 2 coffee machines in her arms.
It is. You never see. I am like a vacuum. I do all my Christmas shopping.
You got to get one from Mom.
I do. I use it, and they come up and they're like, "Here's one for you. Here's one for your mother." So I'm walking out of there like I need a Sherpa.
And then you tell your mom, I don't know what happened to yours.
Exactly.
Whoops. but just as a matter of course, you think this doesn't make any sense. Why would they be doing this? And they always tell you that, and usually the name that comes up is Paris Hilton, that if Paris Hilton wears this pair of sandals once, and a picture, is in the back of Us Weekly of those sandals once, it can totally make a company based on that.
Yep. And they're so generous, and they give you so much stuff that it's ridiculous. And all they ask is that you stand there and take a picture with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I guess if that picture just goes anywhere.
I want to be famous, Sam. How do I do that?
Pardon me?
How do I get to be famous?
You got to kiss up to Natalie Maines more.
But did you know
Shut up, Sam.
the vendors pay
to be in those things?
To be at those gifting rooms.
Oh, it's just like a win-win for everyone.
It is. It's great, and you actually find some really good stuff. I mean, there's stuff I've gotten from those things that I love.
I hear though that some of them they'll give to the stars. It'll be like some vacation for 10, 20 grand, knowing no one will ever go on it.
That's in the gift basket.
That's in the gift bag.
Yeah.
But they also tier these things to some degree. And I've actually seen that happen where you walk in and it's like if you're if you're Paris Hilton, yes, you get the entire fur coat. If you're 3 notches down, you get the fur wrap around your wrist or something. You know what I mean?
The fur cell phone case.
Right. The fur cell phone, exactly. The UGG boots people do that. At Sundance, if you matter, you actually get the UGG boots. If you don't matter, you get the UGG boots keychain.
Yes.
And you'll see sort of B-list stars kind of press their face against the window. It's like, wait, what about
Sam,
me?
are you Ugg-worthy?
Yeah.
You know what? I went to Sundance. I not only did I get Uggs, but not to show, I got Uggs for my entire crew.
Wow,
Nice.
Sam.
See, they're generous with people like Sam because they know he'll go on there and talk about it.
Exactly right.
And he'll do his report in his Uggs.
Uggs. I'm very happy today. My feet are happy in my Uggs while I tell you about Lindsay Lohan.
Exactly right.
Hey, Sam, we've got big breaking news out of Star Magazine. They're saying that Julia Roberts is pregnant again.
And Reese. They're saying Reese is pregnant too.
It's
Wow.
like a double whammy for
But
both of them.
different fathers, presumably.
Yeah,
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Danny Motor's getting busy.
Right. Danny Motor, the luckiest cameraman in the world. I don't know. I have the faintest idea. But
Did I
will
say that or think that?
I will call their gynecologist between now and when we get to their
Oh,
line.
my
and figure it
God,
Sam.
Sam, why we got to go there?
And
out. No,
I'm
I mean, they're OBGYNs. Who
I also like that Madonna and Britney aren't speaking, and Madonna wants gifts back.
oh, really?
That she
That's
gave
I
her.
didn't. What is she's like? Wait a minute. Send
She-
that back to me.
Exactly. She said she wants her Kabbalah stuff that she gave her back.
Oh, that's right, because Britney publicly said,
Yeah.
I'm not doing Kabbalah anymore.
Well, in fact, the Britney Matt Lauer interview runs tomorrow, where she talks about being an emotional wreck.
Wait.
I know. I
can't
was
wait.
watching the East Coast feed this morning because I love my satellite, and I got
Right.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
And that looks good.
Doesn't it look
they
good?
ran a clip, and she's just like, it looks good. And I like what she picked to wear for it because when you do that big Dateline interview, you want to be in a cutoff jean skirt.
No way.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Remember the Britney era? I'm not a girl, not quite a woman.
Yeah.
And it was like, is she or isn't she? I went to New Orleans to do this interview with her, and in meeting her for like a half a second, you're like, this girl is not only not a virgin, she's not a virgin several times over.
Oh,
Sam.
Sam.
No,
we
no.
can't have you smearing
You're
Britney Spears.
soiling your Uggs,
I don't mean that in a besmirching way.
I think I bring out the sassy side in Sam
Yeah,
in
no
the
What
question
happened
morning.
to you?
No, I'm not. I'm not trying. But it was. There's sort of a streety thing to her, which obviously explains K-Fed to a large degree.
Streety thing. Hey, I saw great pictures of him smoking at the gas pump yesterday in Malibu.
Was he actually pumping gas into his
Yes.
own car or other customers? Was he working the afternoon shift?
Wow, Sam!
And I'm
just
gonna get
wondering.
blamed for that comment.
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna go home. My publicist is gonna call. What did you say? I'm like, it was Sam.
Sam, what's coming up at 9:30?
9:30 is actually going to be 9 o'clock. We have to talk about that. But anyway, because Melissa will understand preschool graduation today. Very
I
well.
had it
yeah.
on Wednesday.
Did you really?
Yes, I cried.
I bet you. Oh, I've got the Kleenex box. I bet all the moms are going to sob. Big stuff on The Sopranos. Some of your favorite stars may not be coming back.
Oh, crap!
Which would be really terrible.
I love
and
that
the
show.
the Missy Misdemeanor movie, if I can say that right.
Yeah, Missy
Yeah.
Elliott.
That'll be cool.
Cool. All right,
All right,
Sam,
we'll see you guys
talk in
then.
a bit.
Have
Bye.
a fun show, Melissa.
Bye.
Bye.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It is the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. Today, filling in for our maternity mommy, Jamie White, who's out with baby Caden, is Melissa Rivers. Hello,
Good
Melissa.
morning again.
We are glad that you are here.
I'm glad to be here. I made Sam Rubin all feisty.
That's the most he's ever dished ever on the show.
I love that. I brought out some crazy side of
You know
Sam.
what it is? He knew like you had dish, and he wanted to outdish you. So Sam went deep and got gutter on us. It was
Love
kind of
that.
cool.
Love that. Now
Now-
I know I have that on him.
Yeah, now you've got dirt on Sam.
Exactly.
You could run to Brittany and tell Brittany what Sam said about her.
Yeah, and I'll get that big interview. She did Matt Lauer and Melissa Rivers. Yeah.
That would
Those
rule.
are the two venues you want to be on.
Now, you are still rocking TV Guide channel with your mom.
Sure am.
And how's that going?
It's good. It's it's a job.
It's a good job.
It's a great job. And, TV Guide channel is great, and we're on all the big red carpets, and we're having a good time, and they really are letting us do more creatively.
You know what I know? You guys, is it true you or your mom or together invented the "who are you wearing" phrase, right? That came from you guys.
That came from us, and pretty much turning people walking into a building into an event.
It's
Right.
so true. I
Yeah.
mean, that really is where that came from. And now it's almost cliche because that's the first thing every interviewer says on red carpets.
It's gotten, you at one point you stand back and go, wow, I created a monster. And then on the other hand, you say, well, if I created this, shouldn't people be paying me more?
Yeah, you should have
Right.
trademarked
Yeah.
it after you created
So,
it.
that there is a little, it's a little bittersweet.
But you're totally right. I've never thought of that before. I watch the red carpet more intently than the award show usually because you get more you hear what you guys will put them on the spot, and during the show they're going to say whatever they've written on that little piece of paper, and you're not going to get anything.
Well, I also have this theory that walking in, everybody's still in a good mood.
Oh,
They haven't
it's
lost
still
yet.
early.
It's still early
Yeah.
and hope springs eternal. You know what I mean? You haven't lost yet.
Right.
And I love now how they say the Emmy goes to rather than the winner is.
But it's the
Right.
winner. They should just
Duh.
say the winner.
Yeah, because if you win it and I don't, that would make me
The
the
loser.
loser.
Ah.
And no gift bag is going to make up for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's so true.
It's true. So everyone's still in a good mood. They've been having cocktails while they've been getting ready.
And then they're drunk in the after parties, and they're like, "Yeah, well, I was just an honor to be nominated.
With all these other people who I'm such big fans of.
Why are you so drunk? Because I
Exactly.
lost."
Because I got to go home and say to my mother, no, I didn't win, just like cheerleading queen.
Oh no! Hey, how is it working with your mom?
Bizarre. It's great
Yeah,
because we have a very honest relationship and we know each other so well and we have each other's timing.
yeah.
Down to well, it's kind of freakish to think that your parent gave birth to their own straight man, and that my therapist deals with. I feel
You were
like,
planned.
Exactly. It's like I look at those kids, like you hear those stories about they had another child to get the bone marrow for the
Right.
other child. I just wonder if it was premeditated like that.
Gonna have a straight man. It's gonna be great.
Exactly. In the latter part of my career, she'll be old enough to understand this. So it's hard, but it's really hard because my mom stays with me when she comes out to work.
Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah. So and I also am a producer on the shows. So I have to wear a number of different hats, from like co-host to partner to.
Are you the one responsible for reeling in your mom? Because your mom
Yeah.
will get. Your mom
Yeah.
is so funny. I remember the last red carpets I was watching, and she's doing an interview. She's interviewing someone, and apparently someone 2 interviews down got too loud for her, and she stops the interview and turns around and starts yelling, "Hey, be quiet over there! If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And a
Oh,
little
and
while
she's
later,
right.
It cuts back to you, and you're like, "Okay."
All righty. Like I said yesterday, I often liken it to curling. Because my
so
mom's the
funny.
big weight, and I run ahead with the little broom to make sure that weight keeps going right in the straight direction.
Oh, that's so
But
funny.
yeah, I mean, it's hard not to bring it home, especially because then once we get home,
You're home.
we're home, and we're in my house, and of course, I do nothing right,
Oh no.
and nothing's in the right place.
Right.
Are you mean to your mom? I know most, I'll see myself. I'll say something to one of my parents just because they're my parents. You so take them for granted, and you say something to them, and I'll notice, but I notice it more with my wife. She'll be really nasty to her mom, who's the nicest lady in the world, but it's just because it's her mom. You snap at them, and to other people, it's like, whoa. To you, it's like, it's my mom.
Right. No, the other night my mom was actually out for a couple days because my son had preschool graduation.
Yeah.
And she was at my house like a Thursday or like a Friday through a Wednesday. Like it was a long trip, and we worked.
Yeah.
And one night we were sitting there, and I could not believe she was being so snappy and so rude. And I was just like, I just bit my lip, and I didn't say anything. And she's going to bed. She goes, honey, that was a lovely evening.
So she had a good
She
time.
had a great time. She told me my cabinets were wrong, how I don't keep, I need to make sure the gardener does a better job. I'm like, everything is wrong. And I was like, I'm gonna, it's just the way it is. But no, I don't really snap at her. I did tell her that she has an issue with boundaries
Oh no.
with me, and she looked at me.
That's
I go,
therapy talk right
yeah.
there.
I said to her, Mom, you've got no boundaries with me, and she's like, I know.
Because you're my straight man. I created you.
You're my child. Of course I don't have any boundaries. What's your point?
Well, now this is what we want to know. If anybody else, if you work with a parent or you've got that similar situation, how do you do it? 1-800-STAR-987 is the number. Melissa Rivers, our expert on the subject, is here today from the TV Guide channel. Give us a call. We will talk to all of you people next.
Jamie, Jack, and
All right, everybody. Right now, over at the privatephone.com hotline, we've got a guest on the phone. Her name is Lynn. She's from the new show Tuesday Night Book Club. It's a 1-hour series that follows the lives of a group of real women as they deal with the day-to-day pressures of raising kids, maintaining households, satisfying their husbands, and keeping it together on a personal level. Airs obviously Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. on CBS. And let's give them a little sample, Jack.
Why can't you do anything that I
This
asked
list
you?
is stupid. You told me to do it. I said I would try. Try didn't happen.
So what have you
am I
been
supposed to
doing,
do?
Eddie?
I've been working outside. Look.
I have to go do some other things. So
What are you gonna
whatever
do?
it is that you're doing,
Well,
Eddie,
why don't you
if
work
you
on
need
this
to have
list?
some
Why
little
don't you work on
phantom
this
fairy
list?
come and help you
Here's a list.
get it done.
You want me to write a list of what you need to do?
You know what, Eddie?
On here it doesn't say cook Eddie dinner. Oh, welcome Ed home. Oh, cook Ed breakfast. Should we put those on the check boxes?
Eddie, you
Oh,
know what?
spend quality time with my husband. Oh, maybe skip a day at the gym.
I gotta go
Once
get ready.
in 3 years.
I
Once
have
in
to
3
go.
years.
I have to go get
You gonna
ready.
go cook me breakfast?
No.
I'm
To
still
cook
hungry.
your
I
own
haven't eaten
breakfast.
yet.
And you know what, Eddie? Cook your own breakfast, and you know what you can do? You can buy your own damn eggs. You can buy all your own stuff.
Oh, she's got the money.
And can I put it in the fridge?
You know what? Why don't you buy your own toilet paper to wipe your ass with, too?
Wow, it's like they're in my house. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Lynn. And Lynn, I think I've discovered the problem in your household. You might be a pain in the ass.
Well, the problem is the phantom fairy that Eddie believes in never came to fix the toilet either. It still runs.
Aw.
That clip right there is a little brutal, and it goes with the honey-do list kind of drama going on.
Yeah. Yes. I inherited that gene from my parents making to-do lists for me. So it's a learned
Wow.
behavior.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lynn. She is from the show Tuesday Night Book Club. Airs on CBS Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. And now Melissa Rivers is our guest host today. Say hello to Melissa.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Good. I watched the show last night. I have a bunch of questions.
Okay, fire away.
Number one, did you guys all know each other?
Some of us knew each other either directly or indirectly by a friend of a friend or association. So it's one of those things that the longer that you live in a big city, the smaller it gets.
Got it.
That city's growing there. You guys are all out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yes.
Which,
yes.
by the way, confused me because if you watch the show,
Yeah.
when they pan across Scottsdale, it kind of looks like L.A.
It's so huge. It's growing every day.
It
You know
is.
what, that like that base of the mountain thing?
That's
I
what
was
they're
like,
saying, yeah.
L.A. Scottsdale,
The
L.A.
next LA is how they're coining it here. So.
Desert in the
How,
heat.
exactly. How long were you and Eddie together before you got married?
We were together for about 3 years before we got married.
And did you guys live together?
We lived together, but I had a roommate, so we were three's company, and we were in a condo that didn't have a yard. It didn't have any maintenance, really, so we did not live together, just the two of us in a house situation.
Yeah,
Because
it's interesting.
because it seems like you kind of would have known each other a little bit better.
Well,
You know, the things that bug you about each other.
right, but
Apparently,
we
everything about Eddie bothers you.
Everything about Eddie.
Yes, that's what it appears on the clip. The clips I heard.
Well, we kind of did things, kind of how you envision it. We got married, we went on a honeymoon, we bought a new house, and we moved in. And, that's how it went. And I think that's part of the first year of marriage. And, if anybody's ever been married, I think they can relate to the fact that that first year might be tough, especially if you're going into a situation where it is everything new. New house, new marriage.
But you do have a very nice outdoor fireplace.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I'm very into those. There were two in the show. These are things I noticed. The other thing I noticed is I thought maybe you guys all had the same on-set manicurist because everyone had the exact same manicure.
Oh, it's like a girls' club thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it. Well, because I actually typically don't get my nails done, to believe it, because I work with kids. So usually I'm, wiping noses and getting peanut butter flung at my face or something. But I thought, geez, if I'm going to be on TV, I might need to get my nails done. Might need to get the manis and petties cured.
Oh,
The things
man.
I noticed while watching TV.
First thing you notice, that's hysterical.
That and how even during fights, everyone's hair looked good.
Yeah, you guys,
Well,
you
yeah,
look good.
yeah,
It's a
come
whole
on.
good-looking crew.
Yeah,
You have a camera in front of you. You gotta, make yourself look good.
Hey,
of
Lynn,
course.
can we keep you on the line here for a little while longer?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
we have to take a break. When we come back, we definitely want to dive into some of the issues. I know main issue number one, you are the breadwinner in your household.
Yes, I am.
So you wear the pants, it seems, and call the shots like you see it. And then are you the guys the one that are doing the sexless marriage? Is that out there?
Well, she's not
Because
putting
one of
out
the
because
couples-
he kind of wants it.
So you're holding out on that? Shame on you, Lynn. We'll talk to you when we come back.
Okay.
Jamie, Jack, and
All right, you guys, welcome back to the show. We've got a lady on the phone, and she's just disturbing me. Her name is Len. She's from the show Tuesday Night Book Club. Airs at 10 o'clock on CBS, obviously on Tuesday nights. Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
Now, before we went away, we talked about how you're the breadwinner in your house.
Yes.
And your husband, it seems like, it's funny, I noticed in that little clip we played, there was an argument going on. You immediately bring up, buy your own this, buy your own that. That happens to me so much. I think that's why I'm sensitive to it.
Right. So you're an Eddie fan.
I'm totally
Rooting for the underdog.
I'm in your situation. I mean, I live in a house too that I can't afford, and my wife makes more money than I do.
Okay.
And she does that. And every time there's a fight, she's like, "Well, you owe me $5,000 for the new gate I put up." And it's like,
But see,
what?
here's the thing is, that's why I asked if you guys had lived together before you got married. So you both went in the situation kind of knowing it.
Yeah.
No, because when I met him, we were on equal ground financially.
Oh, and then you passed him, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that
Has he
happened to
been-
Stench, too.
Yeah,
left
when
him.
we first dated, I actually made more than her, and then she blew by me.
Surprise.
Bye-bye.
But so you guys didn't like. Is he supportive? Did you guys grow together through this? Clearly not. I'm answering my own question.
Yeah.
I saw the
Did we go
show.
through the show, or did we go together through?
No, I mean if your career grew and you guys have been together 3 years.
I think there was a sense of jealousy and a little bit of feeling incompetent. I mean, he's a fireman. He's in a macho, manly, position at
Firemen
work.
rule.
And then he comes home, and then I'm the domineering one. So I think that's what creates that source of conflict. Is here he is, this big, tough fireman at work, and he comes home and he feels like house bitch. So.
Oh, I like the word you used to describe him.
But I'm going to assume you've given it up since you shot the show.
Yeah, you still holding out?
Am I still holding out?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened? You cut him off for sex on the show because you were mad, so you were holding out. He really wanted it. You didn't want to give it up. That could create conflict in any household.
We're getting better. We're getting better.
The poor guy has
That
to go to the
means
firehouse, and
Yeah.
all the guys, torture
Oh
him.
God, that's right. Now he's got to go to work today,
Right.
and everybody's gonna know.
Yeah, he went to work today because he's been off for 4 days. So today is his first day of his shift. So he was going to work with his head a little lower than usual.
And how's your dog?
Mr. Butters,
Yes.
he's actually had a little bellyache for the past couple of days, and but I am wearing my ring, so he did eat something, but we just hasn't passed yet.
Uh-oh.
So
What happened to the dog?
The dog got sick during the episode. He's been throwing up and.
yeah, he got a hold of my engagement ring, my wedding ring, and he swallowed it. So.
Well, did you have bologna on it or something?
Was it rabbit's liver worse?
I take my rings off at night because my fingers swell at night when I sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. But so I put it on the nightstand, but he sleeps in our bed, and he must have eaten it from off the bed into on the nightstand. So
See, I've banned my dogs from my bedroom.
do you?
At
Yeah,
night.
you have to.
You have to because it freaks me out. Like they're looking at me. Like you're having sex and the dog's staring at you. Like, dude, what's up? While you're up, can you throw the ball for me?
You're like, get outside.
Yeah, exactly. While you're up, can you just open the door? So that kind of like flips me out.
Oh,
so I have to
man.
if I'm gonna have sex, I just like the dogs can't sleep in my room.
Yeah. Well,
I think I'm
see,
sharing
we
too
haven't had that
much.
problem.
Yes.
No, I totally get you, and I have a
can't.
bizarre story about that.
You gotta put the dog out when you're gonna do it. You have to because they stare at you and it's freaky.
And if you're not careful, they'll like move in, and like all of a sudden you're like, what the?
Exactly. All of a
Hey,
sudden,
there's her left hand. There's her.
Yeah,
Hey!
exactly. They're like tapping you on the shoulder and going, just throw open the screen. I'll be in, I'll be out. Don't worry about it.
I don't really want to watch this.
Exactly.
Oh my God, sorry about that, Lynn.
Sorry. But the show, I have to say, the show is very entertaining.
Excuse me?
The show is very entertaining.
Oh, good. I'm
Is
glad
it meant
you
to
enjoyed
be,
it.
Glenn? Is it meant to be entertaining, or is this really what's going on in the household of all of you ladies there in Scottsdale?
Well, I mean, here's the deal. They filmed a lot of us. So last night was the first time I actually got to see the episode. They don't show us anything. So going into, we didn't know what they were going to show. And yeah, Eddie and I do fight a lot. So we kind of had in mind, okay, we're going to be the bickering newlyweds. We kind of labeled ourselves before we even got the tags that came out from CBS. But yeah, I mean, those fights were, at least between us, were real, and that's how we fight, and that's what we fight about. And it is what it is.
You know what? This is why I feel bad for Eddie. A, you're hot, Lynn. If you hadn't seen the show, you're a fitness. You're like a fitness model.
Yeah, and
figure.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are in top shape.
And then you make more money than him, and then you hold out sex on the guy, and I'm just kind of pulling for Eddie.
And she wears little outfits.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I said, Eddie, if nothing else, all the women that are going to make their husbands or boyfriends, sit through the misery of the show, because they're probably going to hate it, you're going to be the saving grace.
I like that. It's you're giving back.
Yes, I'm flushing him up.
Trickle down.
Exactly, you're giving back.
Right.
Yes.
All right, Lynn. Well, you know what? We've got to let you go here. We're going to probably continue this conversation, though, without you, and we'll probably talk about you.
Behind
a
your
little
back.
bit. Yeah, behind your back.
Yeah, talk about me behind my back, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
But
it was a lot of fun doing it.
It is an entertaining show. But
it's really good.
It is entertaining. But again, being someone who's divorced and been through like the fights and stuff, and like when the one lady is moving out of the house and she's like perfectly in like a whole like moving out outfit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's a camera crew there.
That fried me a little because I'm like, I was like half dressed. You have on like one slipper, screaming, "I hate you!" Throwing your stuff in the car. You lose something.
Oh man.
You guys all looked very put together during drama and crisis.
Really? Because I thought I looked like a big schlep, to be honest with you.
No.
If that's a big schlep, you do not want to see what normally goes on in my house.
Yeah, and the little outfits and the whole thing. And it's a good show to watch, guys. Everyone should watch it. Tuesday Night Book Club. It airs CBS on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Lynn and a whole bunch of her friends there, Scottsdale, Arizona. Kind of like, I think everyone can see one of these couples as themselves. And
be nice to Eddie tonight when he comes home because he's had a rough day at work.
I hope you guys enjoy the next few chapters of my life.
All right. Hey, give Eddie some, okay?
Okay.
Take one for the team. All right. Thanks, Lynn.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. Filling in for Jamie White today, who is out on maternity leave, is Melissa Rivers. Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm having fun.
We're having fun with you. I like Melissa. You're one of my favorite guests who comes here because we could just talk to you and rap with you, and it's actually really cool. And our guest hosts have been absolutely amazing. Tomorrow's guest host.
Except for that one.
Not supposed to bring that up. Tomorrow it's going to be Dr. Stan. We're going to do a therapy Thursday the entire day. So Jack and I really not working
Dr.
tomorrow.
Stan is really good, and so Stench and I will probably be out getting burritos or something while he's here.
I should come in because, free therapy is
so
free
good.
therapy.
He's like a real life, really good therapist. He's from that show Starting Over on NBC.
Yes.
Dr. Stan. And by the way, a lot of people don't know this about Dr. Stan, and we rarely talk about it, but now we can. He is the guy that like turned Michael Jackson in this last round. He had those kids. He's the guy that had, and there were times we had him scheduled. He would have to go up there and testify, but we could never talk about it because the trial was going on. But now it's over.
Wow.
We can. Yeah, Dr. Stan is amazing, and he gives great advice despite us.
Wow.
Right. No matter what how much we try and sidetrack him.
So he's still got
so hard.
a private practice.
Yes. In Beverly Hills. He's amazing, and he does the TV show, Private Practice. He'll come in here and do the radio show, and fly off to trials, whatever he's got to do.
Well, that's like Dr. Drew.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Drew Pinsky, he's got a private practice as well. Plus, he does all this like sort of pro bono work.
Those damn doctors, those
They do a lot.
overachievers.
They are.
Those smart guys actually do a whole lot of stuff.
And they can multitask.
Yeah, then I can't. I
They're
can't
like-
chew gum and walk, and maybe that's why I don't like doctors.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, oh, I'm writing a book when I'm not doing my radio show, and then of course I have my office hours, and then I'm doing research, and you're like, okay.
Actually, you know what made me feel good? The other night, like 10 o'clock, I show up to the Ralph's by my house, and no one's there at that time. I find our doctor friend Howard Siegel just kind of wandering around the parking lot all by himself. I'm like, hey, Howard!
Was he okay?
Yeah, he was fine. I think he was talking. He had the Bluetooth technology, so
he's
it
yapping
looked
on
like
the phone.
a
He was
crazy
talking to
homeless guy.
himself.
Yeah.
Well, that's my son's pediatrician lives in the Palisades as well.
Yeah.
So, oops, I said kind of where I live.
That's fine. It's a whole big area.
Yeah, it's a
whole
big area.
But you'll see her again talking on the Bluetooth, wandering like at the car wash.
And don't you think, wow, she's lost her mind? And then
Yeah.
they turn, and you see that little thing, and you're like, oh, it's a phone.
But I hate when people walk around with that on and they're not talking and they leave it on.
Yeah, you look like an idiot.
You
do.
do. You look like a fool.
Like a Britney
I
video.
saw Busta
Oh, bang,
Rhymes
bang, bang, bang.
on MTV rapping with that thing still on his head.
See, yeah, take it off.
Take it
I
off
did
for your performance.
I did an interview with a singer who it was like a long interview, lifestyle piece, and he wore the headset the whole time while we're on camera.
No
Like, are you
way.
gonna stop down and take calls?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, and speaking of singers, coming up here in 20 minutes, we will replay earlier this morning. If you missed it, we talked to Natalie from the Dixie Chicks. We had a
Natalie
whole
Maines.
controversy about them earlier in the week, and we played the song. We're one of the few stations in America that are playing their new song. It's a huge album. We'll talk to her about the whole issue of the Dixie Chicks and all, everything you want to know. We'll talk to her about that coming up at 8 o'clock. Right now, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Jamie, Jack, and
It's the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. Good morning, everyone. Melissa Rivers here with us. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
We are honored to have you with us. It's always fun. Right now, we want to do a little dishing.
Yes.
Going through the gossip. Do you see anything stands out in all the gossip papers for you this morning?
A lot.
I like, personally, this one, you may have heard it a little yesterday. It's broke a couple days ago, but they're saying Mel Gibson selling his $18 million Malibu house because he's got these neighbors that live next door to him. And they're
K-Fed and Brittany.
K-Fed and Brit, and there's guys in and out of the house partying at all hours of the night. And
And Mel Gibson, they have like a brood of children.
7 kids.
Right. And they're family oriented. And, that's a lot going on next door. I don't think, I think he's probably worried about like his teenage sons, like, dude, I live next door to Brittany, man,
I think they're sort of K-Fed up on a dime bag.
Exactly. But could you imagine you buy this enormous house, you pay all this money, and then that's what moves in next door
An
to you?
$18 million house. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to have serious money to move into that neighborhood. It's a gated, total, sealed-in community. You think, God, we're safe. This is going
It's
to be
all
great.
good.
And then Brittany moves in and brings K-Fed.
Yeah. And generally, I don't think child services is, used to going to that area.
Yeah, they've had
CPS.
child
Child
services.
Protective Services out there, the police.
Everyone comes out there. Yeah, K-Fed's a party.
He is, but he's cut off his hair now. Like he's got all those pictures.
Okay, it's like a white guy shouldn't wear cornrows, period. That's
No.
just a bad look for a
In
white guy.
general.
Yeah, it's a good rule to live by. If you're a white guy, cornrows don't look good on you.
Right, and certain things like, stretch pants are,
Not good for
not
big girls.
not good for big girls. Exactly. Certain things are, a right, not a privilege.
Yeah, there
Or not
should
a
be a rule.
privilege, not a right.
Do you believe there should be a rule like you could get like fashion citations? You see someone out with
Yes.
some stretch pants on?
Yeah, it's a privilege, not a right.
Get out.
To wear white pants in general.
Excuse me, you're going to have to put these sweats on right now.
Please tie this sweatshirt around your waist.
Oh. Hey, speaking of booty, earlier this week we told you about Toni Braxton. Now, Toni Braxton was at the World Cup, and she was performing with Il Divo. A wind came along and blew her dress up, and her whole booty was sticking out. She had on a thong.
And you said you inspected the pictures closely, and she's dimple free.
Yeah, I look for dimplage because I always look for something bad to tear someone down to make my big fat self feel better.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anything, and I was a little bummed, but it was cool. I got to see Toni Braxton's booty. But then yesterday they put out photos from the rehearsal way where she had a Janet Jackson boob thing happen. She's So apparently she changed gowns, obviously. So
yes.
Imagine the poor thing. She has a gown, it's strapless. She goes out to practice with Il Divo, puts her arms up, boob comes out. They have pictures on the internet of the
Full
whole
boobage.
boobage just showing, just like Janet at the Super Bowl. Then she's continued dancing, and Toni always wears those really slit skirts up the side.
Extremely high.
This one was slit from the ankle to the navel.
Got
That's
it.
where it would have been.
Yeah.
But then as she danced,
you said it rotated.
It had a spin, so you get this whole crotch shot during and she doesn't stop rehearsal. She just keeps going like a trooper.
But see, now here's the question.
Yeah.
Accident?
Oh, I had to be an accident.
But then it happens the next night too.
Okay, no, okay.
Different dresses.
But she changed gowns, so she was totally safe when she came out after. It was like, hey, that dress was just a no-no, and now I'm going with this one. And then, who knew wind?
But if it happens to one repeatedly, one would learn that perhaps double-sided tape
Now,
is a good idea on stage.
you see everyone dolled up to their hill on all the red carpets. Have you ever seen her in those crazy? She wears like weird dresses.
She wears what we call entrance dresses. They're not meant to do anything but stand and walk.
That's right. You couldn't sit in that dress.
No, you do not try and sit in it. I call them entrance dresses for when you make that big entrance.
Totally what is it? It's a scene stealer, and everyone you'll be in every magazine because they'll be like, wow, look what she was wearing.
Exactly. But don't go and try and like actually sit in it or
Sit in
wear it.
What do they do? Do they go in? Do they walk the red carpet, then change clothes and sit in their seat?
A lot of people do that.
Oh my God, that's too
When
much
I'm
work.
picking a dress and I know I'm working in it,
Yeah.
I do like gymnastics in my closet to make sure that like when I'm diving over a hedge to try and get someone to do an interview, that like I will not be exposing myself.
That's actually smart.
I actually think this stuff through.
I don't think these girls do. I think they're like, wow, that's a pretty dress, and then they get on stage and they start doing
Like,
something and moving around, and then the whole world gets a boob shot.
And they get magazine covers and I don't. So perhaps I'm the one with the flawed thinking.
See, you know what? You get one of those Toni Braxton dresses, you're going to be in the cover of you'll be like the Dixie Chicks.
Because the bummer is, I'll end up exposing myself accidentally today and it's radio. Like, that's what happened to me.
See, just bad timing.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to take a break here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it earlier, we interviewed Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks. It's a really nice interview. Talked to her about the controversy, talked to her about the success of the new album, and we will replay that for you next. You don't want to miss this coming up on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I'm looking at the hotline. We've got another celebrity. We're backing them in today. We've got Melissa Rivers as our guest host. We just got off the phone with Natalie from the Dixie Chicks.
That was fun.
That was really cool. It was cool to talk to her about there's so much with them.
And
we could have kept going.
Yeah, that could have been a full hour.
Totally. But we have those things, songs and commercials we have to play.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Tell that to my boss. But right now, let's go to the privatephone.com hotline once again. We've got another superstar on the phone, and I'm very excited about this guest. Ladies and gentlemen, from the television show, which will premiere its second season tomorrow night on MTV at 9:30, it's Run's house, Rev Run. Rev Run, what's happening?
What's up, man?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, we are glad to have you. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
To this day, the greatest show I ever saw in my life. I saw Run DMC and the Gap Band at a little tiny club in Santa Barbara. It was a private event for a radio station I was working at. My God, the best show ever in my life.
Wow.
84, 85, what was that?
It was way back.
Now everyone's dating themselves.
I'm dating myself back. No, actually, this was like early 90s we did this.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think I was still
awesome.
too young to really have any awareness of music.
Oh, look at you, Melissa Rivers, claiming the young card on me. It was absolutely awesome. And the TV show is fantastic.
Thank you. I'm happy to be able to share my life with the world, open my family and the cameras in my house and let them run amok. MTV's been in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to ask you,
Totally.
because you've been a part of MTV since virtually its inception.
Yeah, we started in 83 and so did MTV, and we were the first rap group on there. Then we were the first to put rock and rap together with Rockbox, and then with King of Rock, and then with Aerosmith would Walk This Way. So we've been a part. Run DMC, we would kind of run MTV for the longest.
So do you have stock options?
No, they just kind of let me hang around.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awfully nice. I mean, has it changed a lot working there?
No, I love MTV for helping me to get my gift out. I'm happy when I was rapping on, putting the videos on MTV, and now I'm happy to be able to have a show that people say they like.
And it premieres June 15th at 9:30, right?
Yep, this is the second season.
Hey, I have a question about the show, too. I know you came up through Queens, Run DMC, you guys earned your way up, and then I watched the show, and you've got your kids, and they're living such a high life, and it's funny to watch you try to check them and be like, hey, this isn't how it should be.
Yeah, Jay Leno said to me, so your kids are rich. I said, no, I'm rich. Big difference. So my kids, Angela, I got her a nice car for graduation. That's because she got straight A's. But basically, I keep them understanding there's some rules here of how to handle money. And if I don't do that, they're going to try to eat me alive. And I ain't having that.
And do you ever start finding yourself falling into that thing, going, well, when I was your age?
Yeah, I used to walk 7 miles.
Exactly, in the snow with no shoes.
I do that constantly. My constant speech is, a pool? What do you mean you want to get in a pool? I remember I had to go get in a sprinkler.
Yeah, we would open up a fire hydrant.
Yeah, we didn't even have a lemonade stand, and we had to go down the block and mix water with lemons and hope that somebody would stop by and get it, talking about you want Minute Maid.
Yeah, and they're upset when the seat heaters are busted in the car.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I got a lot of speeches about my days in Hollis are not like here in Saddle River, New Jersey. That's my job.
It is funny to watch because you came up and you are this rap star, and for myself personally, first rap album I ever bought, was Run DMC, and that's what turned me on to hip hop and rap, and it really brought so many people to the party. And we looked up to you guys, and I've seen you in concert a few times, but then here you are being dad and telling these kids, hey, I didn't have it like this, and they're trying to have the big parties and just live this life, and it's really a weird thing to watch.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be able to be on MTV and let people know, I'm not cool. I'm cool's inspiration. I'm the after rap. This is what you do after you finish your rap career. You sit home and you try to take care of your kids. You go to handle your business. So that's gives young Jeezy and some of these new rappers a perspective of, this is what I'm going to do when I'm 41 years old.
Hey, and you've still got, you've got a nice life living, and everything looks good. I think most rappers would aspire to have the life that you have once they're
and
retired.
The career.
Yeah, and you're still rapping.
I'm very thankful for the material possessions and wisdom that God has given me, and I'm thankful. All I can say over and over is I'm thankful that God gave me a second chance and a way to serve, that people can come home on Thursday night, turn on the TV, and be interested in watching me clean my garage and scream at my kids.
Yeah, that's what you do.
You know what? That's a good time.
It is. They're like, throw this away. No.
Exactly. I have a 5-year-old, and I get a lot of eye rolling now.
Oh, yeah, eye rolling is
That's
good.
my personal favorite.
Yeah, but you got to understand they suck their teeth and roll their eyes at the same time.
Well, he's only 5, so we've only mastered the eye rolling.
Okay, he'll be sucking his teeth in a minute.
Oh,
man. I'm like, you did not just roll your eyes at me. 5.
Yeah, my son yesterday was telling my wife, he did. I said, my name is Daddy, not he.
Oh, man.
You see what he did to me, Mom? I say, hold on. My father didn't name me he.
Oh.
My name is Daddy to you, Russie.
My mother once told my son, she was trying to explain to him about democracy and that we live in a democracy. And I then had to say to him, no, you don't live in a democracy.
You live in a dictatorship in this house.
No matter what Grandma says, this is not a democracy.
There's no freedom for you. Yeah, you have some freedom from here to the bedroom.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So, Rev Run, what can we expect this season 2 on MTV?
Well, you've got the Reverend trying to watch his son get a driver's license. He wants to drive my new car.
Wow.
My daughter, Maxim Magazine, wants to make her top 100 celebrities, and I have to worry about which bikini she's wearing.
Oh, no, that's God.
That's a father's nightmare.
The Reverend got drama. And I'm like, they're not going to make a mockery of the Reverend. My daughter's like, but Daddy, they want me to be on top one. I said, okay, you go there, but this is the bikini you'll be wearing. And she's like, you can't come with me to the photo shoot.
You have to go.
Here's a nice, lovely, high-necked one piece with a sarong down to your ankles.
Exactly. And then JoJo's like, can I borrow the car? I got my permit. I said, a permit means when I permit you to drive. So
man.
It's a show of Run, who's a rapper who became a reverend, trying to balance his life, and me pulling my hair out, and you can see I got a bald head on the show, so the hair is gone.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations on the show. It is fun to watch. The second season premiere tomorrow night, MTV, 9:30 p.m., and thank you for coming on with us, and continued success for you.
God bless y'all. Go get my book, Rev Run's Words of Wisdom. It's in stores now, and if you want to get on my morning email list, you go to revswordsofwisdom.com, and you can get my words of wisdom every morning, and that's the name of the game. God bless.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.